Well, I mean, first of all, the main problem for the past several years, what we've done as Americans, we spent a lot of money we didn't have to buy foreign products that we can't afford. We've run up an enormous debt to the rest of the world. We've got nothing to show for it. You know, it's analogous to an individual. He loses his job, and instead of getting another job, he simply buys everything on a credit card, and then he shows his wife his credit card bills and says, you know, look, honey, look how great we're doing.
We've just been going on a consumption binge where we borrow money like drunken sailors from the rest of the world and blow it.
You know, we're selling off our cows and our chickens, you know, to buy milk. I mean, we're mortgaging the farm, and foreigners are repossessing these assets. And, you know, this is how nations bankrupt themselves. We're selling off productive, income-producing assets to enjoy current consumption.
You know, rather than the recession being resisted, it should really be embraced. Because the disease is all this debt-financed consumption. The cure is that we stop consuming and start saving and producing again, and that's a recession. And sometimes, you know, medicine tastes bad, but you got to swallow it.
Now, very quickly to explain business cycles and how they work, contrary to what most people think, the boom is the problem. The bust is the solution. A boom is like an artificial high, like if you take heroin. And, you know, you shoot yourself up with heroin and, you know, it feels really great. At least that's what they tell me. But anyway, that's artificial. You want to get healthy, right? Then you got to go to rehab or detox, and you go cold turkey, and you go through withdrawal. The withdrawal symptom is very unpleasant, very painful. Again, that's what I hear. But it's necessary if you want to remove these toxins from your system and get healthy. The same thing happens in the business cycle. When you have a central bank, and the central banks made the same mistakes in the 1920s, when you have monetary policy too inflationary, and you create an asset bubble, you create malinvestments, the malinvestments need to be purged. The economy needs to be rebalanced. You know, it's like if you're a heroin addict and you want to get healthy, you can't do that without going through withdrawal. The withdrawal symptoms are not fun, but the government's solution is shoot up with more heroin so that we can delay the withdrawal. But of course, they risk killing the economy with an overdose, which is what we might get. And an overdose, as far as fiscal monetary stimulus, is hyperinflation. And believe me, that's a real possibility, and we do not want to live through that. You know, if you're an American citizen and you use U.S. currency, you've got a bullseye on your back, and you're in Ben Bernanke's crosshairs. He's shooting at you. You've got to escape the real risk. It's not the taxpayers who are going to be